Vitiligo is a skin condition that is scarcely known and mostly misunderstood in Nigeria and across West Africa. Quite a number of people who have never come in contact with the condition believe it is mythical or some form of punishment for past wrongs. And so, victims of vitiligo are most time ostracized by the society. But hope is not lost, as Ogo Madwowesi, who is also living with this condition, has taken it upon herself, creating awareness on how to address this skin condition. Ogo Madwowesi is the founder and CEO of Vitiligo Support and Awareness Foundation. So today, on your favorite Edak Willie Health and Lifestyle show, we will be discussing this. You don't want to miss this. Stay with us. Welcome back. Ogo, welcome to our program.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Let me just go straight. The first thing that I notice, that I'm sure other people notice about you, is this thing on your face. What do you call it?
Okay, that's my, what do I call it? I want to give you my name first before telling you that. You know, like people have their tattoos. This is my white tattoo.
White tattoo. Okay.
Yeah, it's called vitiligo. Yeah, some people pronounce it vitiligo, some call it vitiligo, so whatever you call it.
Whatever they pronounce it.
Yeah.
Some people might look at it as burns, fire burns or something. It's not?
Yeah. No, it's not.
Okay.
It's pigmentation disorder.
Okay, when did you discover that you have this vitiligo?
February 2005.
You mean you weren't born this way?
No, not at all.
Oh, it can just start anytime?
Yeah, you can wake up some morning and see a white spot or a white patch, and it can just start progressing from there.
Wow. Does it spread? So, it can spread?
Yeah, mine started from here. You can still see it. I still have it, a bit of it here. Yeah, it progresses. It all depends on the one you have. They have the focal pattern that can just be on a part of you and it stays there. You know, but if it's not the focal pattern, if it's like the segmental or the generalized one, it progresses. And there's no way to know how it's going to progress. It can be fast, it can be slow. You know, like some people, they notice a patch and it doesn't progress till like a year or two. But like mine, in the space of 6 months, it was something else. Yeah, when it started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Vitiligo. Is it hereditary?
It could be. Research says that 30% of it is. But I think it's more than that because of the cases I've seen. You know,
more than
hereditary. Quite a number of families here in Nigeria that have like 3-4 people in their family. You know, and sometimes it jumps generation. You might say, okay, I don't know anybody living with this. I might jump generation and come. Yeah. And again, it might not be just the white patch. Premature graying of hair too could be vitiligo.
Really?
Yeah, most people that start graying before the age of 30. Yeah, sometimes you find out that vitiligo in their family as well.
Have you been stigmatized as a result of this?
Oh, wow, yes. Greatly, but that was then.
Okay. You know, how did you get emancipated? How are you emancipated?
Years back, I actually found out that it's more about me than what I present to you. You know, I found out that what I give you is what you take. The way I present myself to you is what you take. You have no choice than to take me the way I present myself to you. These are the things I found out, you know, living with vitiligo. So the discrimination is something else, and living here in Nigeria is more of that indirect discrimination. You know, where somebody tells you that, you know, there's nothing, you know, nothing is wrong with this and that, and still telling the next person, no, I can't even get close to her. You understand? So it was, let me use the word terrible, you know, the experiences and all of that, the segregation, the rejection, the discrimination, the nasty comments and all of that. So part of the things I did was that I found out that if I don't hear what you're saying, it doesn't affect me. You know, I came also to understand that you staring at me doesn't matter. It bothers you. If I don't allow it to bother me, I tell myself that I might as well not see you again in my life. So whatever you think of me, seeing me now, concerns you, you understand? But it's much, much more of self-acceptance and self-love. I have this condition now. This is who I am now. I have to live my life, not so much of what you think or what the society thinks. Because we live in a world where societal expectation and pressures rules. You know, the society wants you to be some way. So many people tell me, okay, why don't you cover this with?
Can it be treated?
Is
there
treatment? Yes, there are treatments for it. Thank God you asked, can it be treated, not can it be cured? Because for cure, there's no known cure yet. Because there is no known cause yet. There are so many theories as to what causes it, but to identify exactly what the cause is, there's none yet. So it can be treated. There's so many treatment options that you can, that you can use. Because like me, I don't know if I can say it's been treated because I had back patches all here before. It was much more than this, for my neck, back here. Even my white hair was almost part of hair. But I've been able to manage. So there's so many, you can do the UV light with the Soralins. You can do I have been more of the natural treatment. That's what I have been on, like I mentioned before. I don't play with my raw fruits and vegetables. I mean, it's been wonderful for me and, for other things in the body too. And intake of vitamin B12 and folic acid, because research shows that we don't absorb it very well. Okay. And vitamin B12 is water soluble, something you have to take every day. And you must take this with folic acid. So okay, intake of that.
Yeah, but it's medically can be handled.
Well, like we're saying, there's so many treatment options, but again, there's no uniform effective therapy. That it works for you doesn't mean that it works for me. Yeah, that's what we'll find out.
But the bottom line is that there's help out there.
But there's help out there to an extent, yes, but it's not been like that for so many people.
Let's take a break. When we come back, you will tell us how expensive these treatments can be.
Okay.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
How are you, my dear? What is wrong with you? Eh? How many times have I told you to stop playing with that girl? Eh? Can't you see what is on her face? That thing on her face. Do you want it on your face? The mother has it too. Don't you know it's a curse? If I catch you with that girl again, I'll teach you this. Come on, get inside.
Why am I different from everybody? My mommy said I wasn't born this way. Please, God, help me.
Dalatu. Vitiligo is just a skin condition that can occur to anyone at any age. It is not contagious. Please do not discriminate against people living with this condition.
Welcome back, Ogo. Please tell us, these treatment options, how expensive are they?
They are quite expensive, I can tell you. But for what I have been doing, I mean, the raw fruits and vegetables, it's I don't think it's expensive, but people say it's expensive, but I don't think
is it a lifestyle? Is it a matter of lifestyle?
Yes, it has a lot to do with their lifestyle because, again, one thing I didn't mention is that positive living plays a whole lot to that. You have to be very positive. That you can't even. It's not something to be considered, or I don't even know the word to use. You just have to, because people worry a lot.
Yeah.
And I usually like, okay, you have worried about this thing for 20 years. Why don't you give it the opposite and let's see what happens?
From what you're saying, I also think that when you're talking about treatment now, you have to get psychological counseling, or what would you call it? Did you go through that? You need a counselor or somebody to...
Yes, unfortunately, we don't have any of that existing here. I don't know if it does exist now. There was no patient care. I don't like talking about my experience in the hospital, but in the course of this, there was no patient care. As a matter of fact, when I was trying to find out exactly what I was living with, the person that came to take my medical history told me, sorry, I am not here for that. I'm just here to take your medical history. I was asking, can somebody explain to me what is happening to me? I am black and I'm turning white by then. Somebody is telling me not to worry, that I'm not the first, I'm not going to be the last. Yes, that's exactly what I was told. So in the counseling part, that is what we try to do. I mean, I have been there. I know what it is like. So no matter the kind of case that they bring to me, this is something that we talk about. It's something I try to make them understand that, okay, this is here now. This is the way it is. This is the way it is. Trying to worry so much about it worsens it. Vitiligo hates stress. Like so many other conditions. Yes. The more you worry, the more. If I allow myself now to get into any kind of serious stress, you see new patches. I was just telling her outside, I got this like 3 months ago, or like in July or something. Well, I don't blame anyone. I allowed myself. I allowed it happen to me. I went through some kind of emotional distress that I don't know, you know. I shouldn't have gone through that one anyway.
At the end of the day, it's not worth it.
It's not what it was. But it happened. Yeah, that means I'm still human.
Ogo, talk about turning your misfortune into fortune. Have you made $1 million out of this?
Interesting. That $1 million you just talked about, man. I can't wait for it to just fly into my account. Okay, yeah. It comes to exactly what I'm working on now, and there's this saying that life is 20% what happens to you and 80% what you make out of it. And like I try to tell people every day, you know, when vitiligo started, there was a whole lot coming from, you know, our society. Must be nemesis, must be a cause, must have affected the gods, must have eaten something your family doesn't eat. You know, a whole lot happens, and coming from home, it was just like, oh, they did this so that you won't get married. Oh, they did this so that will happen. You know, my parents were so worried and all of that. And I remember telling my mom, you know, I called her and I said, well, I don't know what you people think. This has happened to me, but the only thing is that you people should allow me to live with it the way, as I struggle to live with it, I have to be allowed to live with it. Because at some point, I cut everybody off. I wasn't taking calls from anybody. My sister, my mother, yes. It got about like 6-8 months. I didn't take calls from any of them because I needed to understand myself. And I told her something. I said, if it's somebody, like people were saying, that did this to me, that person will come out to tell me that, sorry, this is not what I planned. I actually did this so that you will maybe return to the village and end up somewhere. You know, and she was like, she's a very quiet person. She was like, you don't understand. We're trying to hide you. We're trying to cover this. We're bringing yourself out for people to see you and all. And I keep telling her that, which is one of the things that we lack. I keep telling her that it's not about you. I am the one here now, and I'm trying to live with this thing. So what I need from you is to support me to live with it whichever way I find to live with it. You understand? So, I mean, things are turning, and the dollars are not rolling in yet, but they have to. They don't have a choice to order them to roll in. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, because I am looking at now. I am coming now, I'm focusing more on confidence building, because I found out that this is something that nobody seems to be talking about in our society. Even when they talk about it, they just say, you know, mere words.
Either way, you are turning that misfortune into fortune.
Oh, sure.
I can imagine the number of lives that you've been able to touch.
Yeah, a few that I know, but each time I hear it and I turn and I said, okay, this is what they call fulfillment. I am fulfilled. If I die today, I don't think I will die.
It's more than the money, the cash.
Yeah, success is whatever you define it to be for you. So if somebody can give me, I remember a young lady calling me sometime and saying that, do you know what? Oh, I said, but she said, because her feet is completely white, and she usually go with this kind of bell kind of pants, you know, that so nobody will see. You know, and she said, do you know I can wear skirts now? And I was like, wow. She said, you did it. I said, is it me? You know, I dropped the phone and like tears. I'm like, oh, wow, you know, talking to someone. And I told her, don't worry. You wear it. But she said, I can't wear it out of my house. I said, don't worry, you do out of your house.
I have goosebumps on my skin.
And she did. You understand? And she did. And she would call me that I wear shorts to work.
Hold it. We'll be right back. Let's take a break. Welcome back. We are discussing vitiligo with Ogo. Ogo, let's talk more about man and woman relationship. How has vitiligo affected you?
Okay.
If at all.
Like I said earlier, back then, yeah, it was kind of an issue. And yeah, I was in a relationship when it started and he took a walk. Even though he
took a walk?
Yeah, he took a walk. I mean, he's a typical Nigerian. What do you expect? He's a typical African and stuff. And he claimed that he didn't walk away because of vitiligo and all of that. We are actually a weird human being and stuff like that. But anyway, that's that about him. And from then, it was so funny because you know, people will see you from back and like, wow, she's beautiful. I'm like, oh, wow, it's not just on her face. And I'm talking about when it was an issue for me, you know, because I was not like, you know, I would just look at it and I would feel bad sometimes. And there was a case that happened. Somebody introduced somebody, you know, that kind of introduction stuff. And the guy came. I was not in the mood to meet with anybody at that time of my life, but because of the person that got us introduced, and you know, he was just acting funny, and I now asked him. I said, "There's something you've not asked me about," and he said, "Well," I said, "I'm expecting you to ask me about these white patches I have all over." It was much then and stuff, but he didn't say anything. You know, like he was just like, "Oh no, I don't see anything wrong in that and stuff." But went back to go and tell the mama that, you know, gave him my contact. Like, how can you, out of every other person in this world, you're giving me the contact to that person and all. She didn't see me until like 2 years later. And immediately she saw me. I didn't know about this until I saw her, you know, 2 years later. And then she was like, is this what that boy was talking about? And I was like, Mama, which boy? She said, no, don't worry, you know. But I wanted to know, like, who? You know, she now told me much later, and then I laughed and I said, the funny thing is that these guys just come and feel that because they have some, they don't even try to find out if I want to see them again or if I want to ever talk with them, you know. So yeah, it's affected kind of then, but now, me, one could, I don't need anybody to tell me how beautiful I am.
When you walked in, I didn't even notice that. I noticed your personality.
You know, boils down to what I said. What I give to you is what you take. If I'm not confident, you will see it.
Yeah,
you understand? True, I stand wherever I want to stand. I say whatever I want to say. I wear whatever I want to wear. Whatever I'm comfortable in, that's what I do. And
to me, actually, that's what stands you out. That's what differentiates you. You can easily be noticed in a crowd, which is a plus. You know? Now, let's talk a bit about the treatment of this. Traditionally, I know since when this thing started, people must have given you different options. Yeah. Suggesting things to you. Go traditional, go this way. What has been your experience? Yeah, I will say something, but I want to say something, finish something about relationship before going to that. Sorry about that. I wouldn't say I'm into any of that now, but I am good. You know, they cannot stop. You love yourself. Oh yes, but love they worry me. You understand? And I mean, they cannot stop saying hi this, hi that. You know, not that like I don't want anybody, but eventually I will have someone. But I'm saying, in essence, is that it's not about vitiligo now. It's about me. Yeah. You know, like I say, and whoever that is watching, it's about you. It's about how you carry yourself. It's how you are able to work on yourself to get to that level. It's not easy, I know, but you just have to start. Like I said, confidence is the new flawless. That is what I say, and that is what I believe. So coming to treatments now, there's so many things. I will give you an instance of a guy whose white spot started, and they advised him to go somewhere in the east for some herbal whatever, and he went, and in 6 months he was almost completely white. In 6 months it was over 70% of all of his body, and it comes with this itching, and they will give him whatever, so hot and all of that, and he was still taking it, but they kept telling him that you go on with this, don't worry, with time, you know. Then I have there's this thing Yorubas believe. They believe that you have offended the gods, you must have taken something your family doesn't take, and until you appease the gods, they say there's something somewhere in Osun State you have to go do, and that. So a woman shared her experience with me, how she was convinced to go there to appease the gods. So they told her she was supposed to go there every morning to worship the god, but because she lives in Lagos, so they now did a mini one for her, which she took to her house, you know. So she would wake up to worship this thing, and then still pray to God Almighty. You know, so she said one of the days, and something was just like, so who are you worshiping? And she jumped over, she was so scared. And she said she became angry with herself. How could they have talked her into this? So I now said, so while you were doing this, you did this for like a month, you were worshiping this God for a month. Did you see any difference? She said no.
Others will tell you there's some other ones. So one was taken to somewhere too in Ijebode where she was asked to stop eating groundnut, stop eating crayfish, stop eating, you know, a whole lot of things. That these are the things that she actually told me. Okay, you have to stop eating crayfish. I said, and groundnut. I bought groundnut in front of her. I said, okay, when I finish this nylon of groundnut, let's see what happens. So there's so much. It has a lot to do with our belief and you know, so many things. I try to make people understand. And I'm still saying it, vitiligo is a medical condition. You don't tell me that because if it, which God is Michael Jackson offend? Which foods is it that he eat that he didn't eat? It's something that affects all races and all sexes equally. It's not a black man thing. It's not an African thing. It happens to all races.
So in your own case, how are you managing your own situation?
We need to be informed. If you're not informed, you can't even help yourself because you have to understand exactly what you're living with. I try to put out information out there.
With your understanding and because you are wearing the shoes, how have you been able to use this your experience to help other people? What have you done? Okay. I don't know if I have done much, if we have done much. The little that you've done,
I believe we have scratched the surface. I started the very first vitiligo patient organization in Sub-Saharan Africa, which is called Vitiligo Support and Awareness Foundation, which has gone beyond here. I have inspired about 7 in different African countries and technically supporting them, hoping to support them financially someday, which is why I'm working on my social enterprise. And the foundation is called Vitiligo Support and Awareness Foundation, and it's basically, as the name implies, you know, we give absolute support as much as we can. You know, but now funding has been a huge challenge, so I try to do so much of working on the social media, working on the internet. You know, support group has been more of on the WhatsApp, whatever. And sometimes I try to justify it. If I can give you 2-3 hours in a day talking to one person, sometimes I end up doing that. You know, trying to cancel your stuff on WhatsApp. I justify it. You know, I tell myself I feel good that okay, I am not leaving this thing behind. I am still working on this because there's so much that we need to do, but. It's a condition that we still have a whole lot of work to do for people to, like example, funders to understand that okay, this is something you have to do. But over time I have been asked that you're turning white, so what about that? And I keep asking one question: what can a man who is emotionally and psychologically dead amount to the society, to the economy? You cannot contribute anything. You understand? So what I have done, and we are still doing, is trying to support people through this foundation and trying to educate somebody like you and using this platform to educate a whole lot of people, because when you know the person around you lives better, if you have a colleague who is living with vitiligo and you understand what the person is living with, the person lives better. And I hear people now say that okay, do you know somebody? I met somebody today who actually knows what vitiligo is, and I'm happy because when we started it was more like I was told that I'm seeking for cheap fame. I was told to stop using Michael Jackson's name. And it wasn't as if I was using Michael Jackson's name because of anything. It was just more of trying to make people understand, you know, easily. And part of the things too is that the word vitiligo, which is, though we marked it it was the 4th time this year. It's a global thing. It was something I came up with. June 25th. That's the day Michael Jackson passed. Yes, we have to use that date because when Michael Jackson died, in 2 days there was about 4 million hits. Vitiligo website. I don't know any other person or any other name that could give us that kind of, you know, awareness. On vitiligo. So the work is ongoing and we're doing quite a lot. And thank God for this platform that we're educating more people. That's part of what we do.
Ogo, thank you for coming on the Edak Willie show. I really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Stay with us. We'll be right back for medicine from your kitchen. Welcome back. I know as usual you are waiting to see what I have for you today from my kitchen. We've been talking skin today. I want to show you one of the foods that I use for skin in my kitchen. Lemon. Lemon, not lime. Lemon is a bit bigger than lime. It is in between lime and grapes. This one is lemon. So what you do is that you get one like this and cut it into 2, squeeze this half into a glass of water. You can do this 3 times a day. You know, for you to have a beautiful skin, it's not just what you apply on your skin, it has to start from the inside. And lemon is known to do that, to detoxify your body. So when you do this, you drink this like 3 times a day. Half a lemon to a glass 3 times a day. And if you have some dark spots on your skin or scar, you use the other half to apply on it. Just apply on it. But if you have a sensitive skin, you can dilute it with water or like ori. You can dilute it a little and apply on it if you have a sensitive skin. But if you don't have, you just apply it directly. You keep doing it for some weeks, you'll definitely see an improvement while you drink this to take care of the inside, so that you can have that glowing skin. You know, you have to glow from inside out. That's my tip for you today. Thank you for watching. See you next time.